things begin. This is episode
I've
163
got counting bars.
of the DSP podcast with myself, Reese. Who do you have? Well, welcome back to the studio to my right.
Yeah.
Drinks.
Oh,
I'm respectful.
I was
with the
really,
energy.
really worried about what was going to come next because of what he said earlier.
And to my left,
Mr. O, hey.
next to him,
It's Princess Peach, not Pink today.
Where's Mario?
Don't know.
Luigi?
Don't know.
and behind the camera.
Hey, bro.
How are you doing, Mark? Welcome back.
Cheers. I'm good, man. I'm alright.
Feeling better? Feeling good? Feeling blessed?
Just taking day by day. That's all I can do. Day by day. But I've been busy, man.
As
Weird.
always.
Work's been busy. Life's been busy.
Yeah, a good thing. Just make sure you're resting your mind.
Yeah, it was nice catching up because I saw the live show of Free Shots in it. So
3 shots.
that was nice, and I briefly spoke to Marvin afterwards, and that was just like, rah, Marvin, Mark, rah. Like, yeah, it was nothing but love, and I'm happy for them, man. I'm really proud of them.
Consistency is the cure, innit?
Definitely.
Oh, how you doing?
I am okay.
You ready?
I'm alright. It's been a nice few days.
When did you go back to work?
Next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Fuck off.
Wow.
He had 6
Yeah.
weeks off, and then he's going to work for 7 weeks and then have another holiday. What
Yeah,
you
that
talking about,
feeling
bruv?
is kicking in.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Get used to them 6 o'clock mornings again, but
Yeah.
Kadia, how you doing?
You got some
I'm
bashment
good.
now, boy.
I feel great. Gave blood today for the first time. Feel good about it. I've had a good.
You know,
easy
because
day.
of you have this option sometimes where your voice is either too loud or you're not close enough to the mic. Can you position your body?
See
Like,
what you're there.
Do
thank
you know what? I really forgot that I wasn't in a
Because
mic.
we've done like 50 episodes plus now with you, and you should know like.
So
how your
I
voice-
feel
Oh,
great.
Lord.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
sweet.
I feel
Jesus.
great.
Now we've got
As I
10
said, I
lessons
gave
in
blood
the
for the
car.
first time.
Lower the tone in your voice.
And
Just bring
I felt really
mic
good about
close to your mouth,
it.
innit?
I've had a good working day as
Can
well.
you bring the mic closer to
And
you,
now
please?
I'm
Yeah,
here
sorry.
with my people then.
Twist the top.
You.
Ah.
Yo. Yo.
Do you know what?
Yo.
I can't even position it the way it was positioned last week. I think it was like that last week. That's alright. When we did sound check, it could hear me from where I was, but
Yeah, but that wasn't how your voice sounded in soundcheck.
oh, because I was quiet. Okay, well, yeah. Hi.
Chill out. Gary, how you doing?
I'm good. Just busy week. Planning some stuff for my artist first release. So it's been good. And obviously enjoying the carnival as a newly
Trans,
the carnival post.
transnational.
You know, he
Jamaican
said,
really
when he said it so newly trans, I was like, wait, where are we going with this?
I'm starting something. We're working
Oh.
follow soon.
Wait. Before we start, I've got some stuff for you lot.
Huh?
I've got some stuff for you lot.
Wait, I got something to ask you before we start.
Oh,
I know. Surprise!
Oh,
I got some drinks.
he was like, there's a surprise. So I
I got
thought,
some
before
drinks.
we start, what's the surprise?
And I said,
And
Did Gabriel remind you of that? Because
Nope.
Gabriel likes, you know.
yeah, I'll take that.
And by the way, my mum at the weekend cooked mad jollof. So there's jollof for everybody.
Do you know what? Do you know what I love?
For the people who can't
Yeah.
see on camera,
Do you
yeah,
know what I love about African?
Gabriel,
They can pack
Jollof.
the jollof
I got you. You ready?
so well in foil, yeah, and not
Gotcha.
need.
O gave us
You
jollof
don't need
foil.
Tupperware to pack it, you know.
Not even a container, in foil.
In
No,
foil.
listen.
No,
if you
foil.
see, does your mum pack it in foil like sometimes like big?
Foil, you know.
But
It's an art. I'm not gonna lie. It's an art.
All right, let's
Thank you, family.
thank you.
Enjoy,
Give your
Mum.
mum some blessings and thank
Thank you,
all,
Father.
yeah. Let's get this show on the road. And as great catch. As Gabriel was talking about being a transnationalist, we can only go and talk about the recent 2 to 3 day event known as Notting Hill Carnival. And I'm a frequent goer. I can't speak for anybody else in the room, but there was a lot of, maybe for me, because I always go with the same people, I enjoy Carnival for what it is and what it represents, but there is a huge level of things that happen at Carnival which I'm going to negate. I'm not going to address costumes. I'm not going to address the the behaviour. I'm not going to address the police presence. But what I will address is the disrespect to Caribbean culture, and more so soca culture. So I'm going to read a few things here because a lot of people were speaking about things that they don't understand. And yes, it's the world we live in, but I think sometimes the ability to just pick up a book or ask a question does wonders.
Yeah.
So here's the first part. Wait, actually, before I even say this, have you not seen the pictures of people dressed up in the jab jab ritual culture?
Yep.
So the whole tar thing and the rest of that stuff.
No, I didn't
So-
really look at.
Yeah, well, you know what jab jab is, isn't it?
No.
So it's part of soca culture.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, I do. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
So what kind of Caribbean are you?
Miles
You know?
away. Jesus. Wow. I'm so sorry. Gabriel, listen.
Shut up.
Gabriel.
And
What
beats
can
chest, you
live?
know.
I'm so proud.
No, you didn't even
Yeah.
finish
I like the
it.
new one the other day. At a party, I looked so.
Are you joking? Are you just like that?
Yo, I'm calling my carnival friends like, hey, yo, at a party, I looked so.
Get your mans in them.
I'm in the game.
Alright, cool, yeah. So
No, that's jokes. You say it better than most Jamaicans.
So-
Jesus.
No, great. So basically, yeah, a lot of people kind of voiced their dismay with kind of people's ignorance to people thinking that the jab jab culture in the tar, because they'd never seen it before, was devil worship. So some people had kind of boasted about it's so nasty to go to a cultural event, film bits of it doing up hee hee ha ha, then intentionally post on social for other people to disrespect it. I know not all skin folk are kinfolk, but especially in the UK, I find it particularly gross. Another one, people need to remember that when they attend carnival, they are guests in someone else's culture. If there's something you don't understand, ask or stay at home. And my personal favourite one, if you don't like Notting Hill Carnival, that's cool. What's not cool is making disparaging, vile or racist comments in tweets about an event that is so popular, that 2 million plus people attend annually. Notting Hill Carnival has been here for 55 years and it isn't going anywhere, so cope. Obviously there's more stuff and more tweets I can go into.
Was it that MP that said something, or some woman said something about the crime and this and that?
First woman, Jessica.
Something like that, yeah. She gotta do one, man.
So
From Lewisham as well, it's crazy.
So basically, there's more tweets, but I'm not going to go into them. I wanted to hear kind of like, and I think this is kind of open to everyone in the room. Like, even though we're not all Caribbean in this room, I think it's more about.
Behave!
Oh my god! No, Gabriel's really
He was like,
taking it
"Not over
serious,
here."
man. He's like, we are.
Oh, right, you genuinely seen as well. That's a
O's already a member,
That's-
man.
He's got like his passport, everything.
That's crazy.
Guys look shot like, name me?
He's like, what? Yes, we is.
So my thing is like, obviously, I understand we live in the UK. The UK isn't our land, but I'm more so thinking about is, do you think people should do more to better their knowledge of other people's cultures? Because even on, for example, and I saw it today, and shout out Banks, Shade Borough posted something, and I know Shade Borough is run by West African people anyway. And maybe because of me personally, if it was something to do with like Nigerian independence or whatever, I'd like to see a post about the independence, of how they found their independence and the history of Nigeria or Ghana or one of the many African countries within the continent. When I saw a post about Carnival, yeah, I want to see the colours and the rest of that stuff, but I still want to see someone use their platform and post about how Carnival. Yeah, you posted the same rhetoric about can you go to a carnival with your partner and dance with other people, and like I just wanted to see
So
something which
boring, them
wasn't
ones, man.
so negative on our culture. But yeah, I want to hear your opinion on this story.
So that's more surface of carnival as opposed to the actual depth of the culture, the colours, the music, the outfits, what those outfits represent, what the different bands, the different cultures of bands, the different soca types, the different types of soca from the different Caribbean cult, the different. Listen, I found out the other day that my soca sound is Vincy, so I like St. Vincent soca, which is that. Yeah, let's run to the left. Let's run to the right. I love that. That's my
It's a lot of
shit.
cardio.
Oh my god, I love that. But
Sure you can manage.
for me, not one or two, and then I have to sit down. But for somebody
Knees don't work like they
who
used
has
to.
been going to carnival from as a child, it's always been the thing of I always felt like I learned more about Caribbean culture as opposed to just Jamaican culture, which was prevalent. But
You learn more than Sanka, you're dead.
I learned. Listen, I felt like I
stop it.
learned at carnival, so it made me appreciate it and Caribbean culture just from that aspect of it, as well as living with, working with, and just being around Caribbean people all day, every day. Anyway, so it added to the beauty of what the Caribbean culture brought to my life as a Nigerian growing up in London, and just having those experiences around me. But what I feel like is
Like, well, damn. This shit nice.
oh, goddamn. what I feel is being lost is the understanding.
I'm sorry, people. We're looking at Gab's drink alcohol.
It's
like an experiment.
I missed
He did
it.
exactly the
I was
same thing.
taking
He sipped it and went,
You know, when you give like a young child some.
A sour sweet.
I know exactly what it was. I know exactly what it is, yeah. It was,
That's what we
you
did.
know when you lot saw Janelle Monáe's breasts and you're
Yeah.
like, them shits is right. That's how we reacted.
I've got a bone to pick for them though. Why they think Caribbean? They ain't
That's a
Anyway,
Oh, sorry, continue.
what
Where's that
I
one?
think is being lost is in today's very sexualized age, the thing that carnival is becoming is just about
Debauchery.
the nakedness of the dancers and the people in their outfits, dancing, whining, because there is so much flesh on show that it must mean that I'm allowed to do this, I'm allowed to do that, as opposed to people respecting the culture, respecting the music, respecting the whole mass band, the bands, the judging, the whole thing. That respect is getting lost, and it's just now becoming a thing of everyone in one place at one time, and you're allowed to do things that you're not really allowed to do when you're just walking down the road. If that,
No,
it's not to just bring it down to that point, but I think it's the respect of the Caribbean culture. It's being taken
respected.
for granted more in place of just sexual gratification, and that making it seem like that's all carnival and all that culture is about.
You know what I was gonna say? I was gonna say when I was like younger, like primary school times, first time I seen a jab was in the Big Pimpin' video. I was mad scared of it because it had the horns and the that. But I was thinking, what is this? Like how's he got horns attached to his head? But I'm young. But then as soon as I was like on the internet, I remember I seen it again. I was like, okay, let me research what this is. So I typed it in, and it's come up with, okay, cool, this is what it is. And then I've looked at why they dress like this, and it makes a lot of sense. And what I actually realised is what they do is common in a lot of cultures. Even furthermore, like, even if you look at like Brazilian carnival, they have similar characters as well.
Yeah.
Mexicans have like a day they celebrate. It's the Day of the Dead. They celebrate, right? And it's when you look at it, face value, when you just look at it, it looks weird. It's like it's scary. But then when you deep it and you look,
It's respect. It's showing respect to fam people who fall in the results of
So for me, I've always thought the jab stuff was cool. I always thought like if there was anything I would want to dress up in a carnival as, it's never going to happen. Well, I don't know, it might happen now. But if there was anything I was going to dress up as in a carnival, right, I think that would be fun. Like the whole jab culture and what it stands for and why they're doing it. People don't know it's actually a mockery to the slave owners. They're taking back the power and they're mocking the slave owners. And people don't know that. So when I see like West Africans, because like for the most part I see West Africans, the West African person I saw post it and they were like, look at this is witchcraft.
Tell them to shut up.
I'm like, bro, we have we have literal masquerades that parade the streets that we believe are spirits. Masquerades that have more power than the police. That literally a masquerade could whoop the police officer.
It's
and
this,
no one says nothing.
and it's the scary. If you don't know what you're looking
It's
at,
mad scary.
it's the scariest thing in the world.
Do you know the transferable understanding for me for this? There's a Jamaican term, yeah. It could be a Caribbean term, I know it's a Jamaican term, which is dapping over for frightened. So even with me looking at that stuff, I've never been shook at that.
I think you mentioned this before.
Right, yeah, I've never been shook at that because ultimately, seeing that stuff, right, yeah, especially if you're religious, if you rebuke it, why does it make a difference? You've probably internalized information or seen something which you've internalized, which is a lot more damaging than seeing someone in tar. Like me personally, I'm small island as well. I'm half and half. I'm not wearing no jab stuff. That's just me. But I always say, like, I like going carnival and just like there's a running joke yeah, that says I should be sponsored by Adidas. I always go carnival in an Adidas top or have Adidas on me. Right, yeah? My brethren, I'll come and hug you in tar. Don't you dare. Right, yeah? Like, eventually, like, maybe next year, I do want to dress up and do the full mass bands and do carnival, whether it's Island Mass or flags or whomever else with my friends. But I think at the moment, I just like doing it my way. I think this year for me, the experience was different because it was more so, because I didn't go on Sunday. Sunday's my day where it's like, okay, cool. Excuse me. That's disgusting, excuse me. Where I would get to carnival, I do the same thing. I go with my boy Kieran. We get off the train. We walk to the shop where we always get alcohol. We walk back. We follow the crowd. Come out by Ladbroke Grove. Chill by Ladbroke Grove for like 10 minutes and watch some of the floats go by. Still pans. The Brazilian people, the Caribbeans, whomever else is going through on their bands. Then obviously I've already seen my brethren's videos, so I know what band they're with. Find a truck, see my friends, and then have the experience on the Sunday. On the Monday, I chill by Grove for a bit. I enjoy. We'll drink. We'll grab food, and we'll find a soundstage and chill out. But because I didn't go on a Sunday, yeah, I did this year. It's not that much. I didn't buy. I know it depends on where you're going. I didn't do that.
Yeah, sometimes the most you'd pay is around about £12 to £15. I've never paid.
I think this was the only year where I didn't actually buy jerk. I think I bought KFC. I just needed food. I just needed food to soak up the alcohol. But apart from that, I think we found a soundstage and the rest of that stuff, and it was fine. And then when everyone's obviously ready to leave, there's a straight train that takes me back to Ends. So from Bush, I caught a straight train back, and I was home by 9. Whereas my brother's still percolating, he's lurking, but he's 21. Like, as long as I know you're good, I ain't really got no problem. And he found me. He said, "Turn your location on." He found me, put his big hand on my shoulder. I said, "Bro, I'm about to thump in your face. You can't just grab me like that." But because I saw the boys he was with, and I know them, I don't have to worry. Like, my older brother just switch off. It's fine. Saw people I knew from out of London that was at carnival. I bought my boy who's Grenadian, he just come back from Maldives. Like, it was a good vibe.
Do you know what I hate seeing?
Go on.
And you've probably seen it. Oh, there's two things. There's a video where a guy's on top of a bus stop.
My brother did that last year. I pulled him up.
But he's with his friend, and his friend's whining with a girl.
And the guy's just standing there.
And the guys are standing there. And people are getting onto him.
You commit? No, you got to commit.
People are getting up, but
you climbed up there. You might as well commit.
I hear
it.
If
you're
I hear it, but it's like at the same time, sometimes certain things just aren't that deep.
Bro, don't climb up there.
You'll just have it.
Don't climb up there.
Yeah, don't climb up there. It's a bit
Bro,
mad.
I watched that small man, that small little person.
On people's
Everyone thought
shoulders.
it was a child
I
at
thought it was a
first.
child of all.
It was so mad because they was like, look how he's
I
whining
thought that
with
was
them.
a
Look how he's
child.
whining
Yeah,
with the
that's a
girl.
little man
And I was
right
like,
I saw it,
nah,
and
man.
that's the thing.
I think that's the only
People
kind of
people
food
make
I've seen.
That
you're,
freaks me
like
out a little bit.
you can let me know as a Caribbean, right? So,
Go on, then.
nah, I'm not there yet.
Shut out.
But so when I look at whining, I'm being honest to say I don't really look at it as a sexual thing. The reason why I don't look at it as a sexual thing is because in my heyday, when this is what we used to do at parties.
I mean, in your heyday, you're still in your heyday.
I can't be whining so now. I'm too grown for that. I
Huh?
can't. 16.
So then, you know the thing is, see what you're saying now. See what you're saying now, yeah.
Yeah, but
So I've had this conversation.
You're good.
I've had this
Whine
conversation.
so now.
Yeah.
So I've had this conversation.
The hips are there for, man.
I'm too big to be moving like that. I'm just chill.
Just be next time.
You man, I need to relax. I had this conversation like twice, yeah.
Yeah.
And someone being like, "Oh, I thought I'd feel a way about da 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 da," and I was like, "Your question." I go, "Right now, you're arguing culture versus your boundaries. It's two separate things, right? Yeah." I said, "If you're part of Caribbean like soca culture, you dancing with someone isn't a problem. And it's like, oh yeah, but if they're just twerking, I said, first of all, you don't twerk to
Yeah.
soca.
Yeah.
So then that's an Americanized thing where you're gonna slap cheeks and rah rah. It's completely different, right? Yeah, but if you're talking about just dancing with someone at carnival, it's based on the personal boundaries of the person. If you feel comfortable dancing with someone, and excuse me, you have a partner and your partner thing and the same thing, no problem. If you don't feel comfortable about that, you have a conversation about it and that's it. I don't know why there's this big haiku of people being like, is it cheating or boom. If you don't feel comfortable about it, just say you don't feel comfortable about it, and it's for your person you're dating to respect your boundaries. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know why people make it in such a big deal.
People could just be really small-minded, I think.
But again, it began.
Very small-minded and ignorant, in my opinion.
But I don't know. But it's not because it's culture. As I said, when we're talking about disrespect of culture, it's culture versus people's boundaries. That's it. If you tell your partner who is not of Caribbean background, about that, and they don't feel comfortable about it, it's for you to be like, okay, cool, fine. If you discuss it from before and whatever, fine. But as long as you're respecting their boundaries, but they're also being respectful for your culture, there's no problem.
There's some Caribbean people, or some Caribbean guys that are very much like that though. And
but they're not soca heads, though.
No, but I don't think they're not. But I don't think that's also due to
that's
not them being part of they're not. Oh, it's part of my culture. It's normal. Like, I just think sometimes it can be down to ignorance and control as well.
Is dancing to soca more detrimental to women than dancing to bashment? No, it's not.
To me, it's not. I think we had this discussion recently, just before Carnival, innit, about dancing and things like. It's different if you're there with your partner, but
it's not has nothing to do with it. It's just boundary. It's just based on boundaries.
That's what I'm saying. If you're there with your partner,
you're saying the thing. Well, it's two separate things. If you're dating a soca babes or you're part of the soca community, and that's normal because it's only a thing here. That people put westernized feelings and thoughts here.
Yeah.
If I'm in Trinidad, I'm in Anguilla, I'm in Barbados, wherever, Crop over, whatever. When you're dancing, the problem is here. When you're dancing with someone, it's like, you're saying, try to grab a number. When you're in them places, you're not dancing with people because whatever. You're dancing, boom, and you're moving down the road. It's all a sequence of just movement.
Yep.
It's only here people are applying Western world insecurities to a cultural thing. If you're insecure about it, that's fine. If you are taking it to your partner, fine. I don't understand why people are writing 40-page hypothesis, 40-page theses on something that if you don't feel comfortable with, fine.
I've never really had an issue with it.
Maybe I have to get my joint checked out, but I've never been aroused by
wine
in my life, like receiving one.
Maybe because your mind's not in it like that.
Chill out, Mark. Mark, chill out. Mark, chill out.
I may have to get my joint checked out.
No, you're probably
Even when I was young, like I'm thinking about my joint. Like,
the confessions of gaps.
Sometimes I even thought this is dead.
This is dead.
Wake up!
No. Wake up!
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Are you there?
Right, yeah.
Are you there?
Do you think it's more a thing of intention? So if you know this dance ain't going nowhere, your brain is kind of switched on to it's just a dance.
Yeah.
I'm not triggering.
My friend's auntie before, mum before.
That's crazy. Wow.
Like, she was, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Was you feeling the mum though? Did you think the mum was grub? Like, yeah.
I'm gonna. By the way, when I finish here, I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write a script. I'm gonna write a script. Yeah.
You said was you assaulted?
No, I'm gonna write a script. I'm gonna write a script when I leave here. Yeah.
Stop it.
There's a series called Border Wars. Yeah. Or people come in the country that shouldn't be here. I'm gonna write one called Bunda Wars. Yeah. And just get Gal with the biggest bunda to dance on Gabriel's ex works, man.
Yeah, for real.
I've experienced it once.
Is it like let's say like a strip club? Like if someone whines in you in a strip club or a dancer whines.
Have you been to a strip club before?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I've never been.
But even when when I was doing things, obviously, like I was saying.
You ain't got a penis though.
Yeah. Right. I never ever felt.
You ain't got a joint.
For me, it was like I never really felt.
You got a jacket.
Unless I'm in the mood and in that moment.
All right, Talib.
I think I've got bad self-control.
Sorry, that was such an easy job. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe it's my chain, innit? I don't know. I just think I've got bad self-control. Like,
I agree with you. Listen, I've only ever been like in that mode once, and I just because I was caught off guard. But generally, if I know it ain't going, I'm just like,
yeah. It depends. If you know that it's not going, if it's just a dance, then it's fine. But if it's someone that you really like and it could go places, then yeah.
Babes, hold on, babes. Sorry.
Last week.
Go on.
You seen pissing on outside the house?
Hmm?
You seen that video?
Oh,
What?
the girl.
Oh no.
There was you know those classic 3 stories with the basement house.
Yeah.
So
They've gone down.
one girl had gone down the stairs and someone had a Ring camera on their door, and this girl just looked at the camera and then went into the corner and just pulled everything down. Just she eased herself.
Just spin the camera.
Oh wow.
She
I've
eased
got
herself.
2020 vision, spin it.
That is it.
No, the thing don't need volume. I
need to ease myself. Oh yeah, it's okay.
They were apologising for the Ring camera.
I'm sorry.
12 of them did it.
It's okay.
Hey,
12 of them.
That's enough. Nah,
I
I'm
need
cool.
to ease myself.
And she came back twice.
Hey!
Twice.
That was her spot, yeah?
I'm so sorry. I've been drinking.
One girl said that to me because me and
That's my
Kieran were trying to find somewhere to pee, and some girl was like, "It's easy for you guys. You just go anywhere." I was like, "Bro, if you don't carry a towel, you can go anywhere too." But that's the difference. I said, "Mate, I just want to wash my hands. I walked with antibac. Like, I got to do something." Or like, if we found places, I always look at this. Yeah, I love carnival. Yeah, but the last thing I feel sorry for is people who are from the area who love carnival. Obviously, most of them don't stay there. I know I'd feel a way about someone pissing on my doorstep, bro. Because when we walk through something, the smell of concentrated piss is not a nice smell, bro.
Oh, listen. And concentrated, yeah, nah.
That's gonna be there for a while, bro.
Like paint stripper. But like, even kind of sidestepping from the conversation, like of just disrespect of like Caribbean culture. And I saw another thing which you posted actually, Gabriel, about have people had enough of black culture as a whole, right? Yeah, and you know more about the subject than me, so I wanted you to kind of elaborate on it, and then also to kind of break it down.
People are people.
To be honest, what kind of made us post it was because we noticed every time we put up like a sexy red video or things like that, the comments would a lot of the time be, you know what, this is becoming ridiculous. This doesn't make any sense.
Man, I saw an Iggy video today. I was like, right, this sounds bang. This bangs. Because I'm so used. Iggy Azalea's got a new video, and I was like, this bangs. Because I'm so used to hearing like low vibrational rap coming from women. It's like Iggy's not the greatest rapper, but it sounds better than the low vibrational stuff that I've heard.
Yeah. And like, we always talk about on the page, and a lot of the supporters have started to clock onto it. As a culture, we're devolving.
Yeah, we are.
And I think we're the only culture maybe that's devolving in the world.
We haven't progressed in 50 years. I think we've digressed.
Yeah, it's quite
Charleston White said this as well. I think we're going backwards.
It's quite worrying when you actually think about it, because we're still entertained by low frequency conversations.
Yes.
Whenever we're talking online, whenever we're getting together to do something, it's always low frequency. Even when we get together and it's something positive and we're doing something big, the conversation will all of a sudden go to dating. If there's women and men in the room, it's going to go to some low frequency nonsense. There's going to be low frequency arguments.
Or even positive stuff. We want to pit people against each other.
Exactly, right? And I've noticed that there's an agenda to, and I've been noticing it for years. There's been an agenda to put black women against black men and black men against black women, and I just feel as if, yeah, man, it's been happening too much, and I think we've reached a stage now where we can officially say we are devolving, and it's getting worse.
Okay.
Worse.
Fuck with me for 1 second. As a child, growing up through the times of society,
My God, that was a long time ago.
the times of
He knew that was coming.
the times of society around you, as well as the times in your family, in the community of whatever that was back in the day, how you've grown up through adulthood, the times that you grew up through, the things that you've learned, the person that you've become, right? The things that maybe you listen to, the things that formed who you have become today. Watching the internet generation grow and seeing the things that they're into, the things that they find important, the things that rule or run them or make them make decisions, as well as the changes in, opinions, gender, etc. Seeing the things that they're going through and the way that they are and things that they listen to, thinking about what they're going to be like in like the next 10, 20 years is what really is scary about the culture, history, appreciation for even like things like carnival. People go into carnival and actually understanding why carnival started, how it started, what Caribbean cultures are even actually, you know, a part of the, you know, the whole Caribbean, the whole carnival thing. There's that love and appreciation for learning about what came before it seems like it's being cut off.
Can I argue can I argue the other side of that?
Yes.
So think about, for example, your parents came over here in what, the 70s?
Yes.
So if you look at the Windrush generation as a whole, and you look at in totality, if you look at religion, you look at culture, as on the same pendulum, for example, you can tell I'm tired, my voice has changed. And
I'm Batman.
And you think about how long you stay in a place for a longer period of time, especially when it's not your land, you almost put on a mask. So we adapt, but there's elements where Gabriel's Nigerian, you're Nigerian, right? Yeah.
Don't get
Your
Gabriel
first
upset,
generation,
please.
your first generation, your second or first? Nigerian, first generation. As in, your parents came here.
Yeah, mum was born there.
You're second generation then.
Yeah, second generation.
Right, yeah. You're second or third generation, you're first generation, I'm second generation. So what ends up happening is, the longer you're here, if your parents don't still apply the same traditionalism that they had, there's going to be a problem. Like,
It gets diluted.
The disconnect, yeah.
So then I look, for example, I'm Caribbean, but there's still a lot I can learn. I'd say, like, if I'm talking about Jamaican culture, White Yardie knows a lot more about Jamaica than I do. Right, yeah, but he was born here and then went to Jamaica, and he'd been in Jamaica for most of his life and then came back here. Now, if we're looking at someone like, and I always say this about my siblings, me and my older sister were raised like black Caribbean kids. My younger siblings were raised like black British kids.
Yeah.
So some of the nuances of things that I know for treating older people with a certain level of respect and and what they know, two completely different things.
Completely different things, yeah.
If my brother's out late and he's like, oh yeah, I'll come back later on, I'm thinking, what do you mean you come back later on? I said, oh, mum, I'm going out.
When you had to make
my
sure...
mum would have been like, oh, mum, I'm going out. You asking me or telling me? Oh, I'm asking, well, you're not going nowhere. So I'm trying to say, like, it's
Simples.
a completely different nuance.
It is.
But it's also one of the ones where it's like, for you to effectively continue your culture, for example, think about it. When we were bad when we was younger, you're getting threatened to get sent back.
Yep.
And when you got sent back, when you did come back, you had a better appreciation of the West, but you understood that in a point you were privileged to have the life
that you had. Yeah.
That's not to say that when you're going to like, cause I don't like calling Nigeria or the Caribbean an LEC country, yeah, because it's more so because it's not westernized that it's not in the same spectrum, but the disparity when you go into like our motherland or our place where our people are from rich and poor is so vast, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's where you're more appreciative to living in the West. And I think I hear you where we're talking about the carnival thing and that as a whole, but as a culture, especially where Gabriel was saying about low vibrational stuff, as a culture, because we're not emphasizing on MLKs, Marcus Garveys, black historians, Windrush generation. I can't speak about African forefathers because I don't know them off the top of my own. You know what I'm trying to say? Right, yeah. But where there's not a heavy influence on it, right, it becomes a problem. I.e. when, for example, someone like Burna Boy says Afrobeats has no substance, people got triggered by it. I don't understand Yoruba. So I can't get involved in that conversation. But for other Nigerians or other West Indians who speak Yoruba will probably be like, it depends on if they separate it on context of it being how dare he or him being, you know what, he's actually correct.
Correct, yeah, I'll say it's correct. But do you know what it is as well? I just learned something new the other day because I was just researching why Luton is so like heavily Asian influenced, how it became like that. And
Berry Park.
Berry Park, yeah. Like if you've been there,
It's like Tooting, yeah.
Yeah,
I've been there. I used to live right next to it. I know.
Like, and there's mosques opening up in Luton like all the time. Like it's literally the people that
It's literally Bradford. It's literally Bradford and Birmingham. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Bradford and Birmingham.
One as well.
Which one? Hull.
Bolton.
Oh, Bolton. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Birmingham. Yeah,
Birmingham. Bradford.
Leicester.
Yes, Leicester, but Leicester's half and half. Birmingham is like I think there's more Asians in Birmingham than there are white people.
Yeah, Birmingham. When I went there last, it was yeah. But I learned something. I learned that so in Luton there was a Vauxhall car factory.
Yes.
In Luton. And
It's closed down now. It closed down in 2000.
2000.
No.
Or 2002.
No, it closed 2010 because I was still in uni there.
2010. Okay, cool. I think they started cutting people from earlier.
Yeah, they was cutting people from 08.
Yeah, I think it was cutting people from quite early because what I understand is a lot of the Asians that were working there stayed in the country. They were able to stay in the country, but what they've done is they've used their money to acquire the shops in Newton, to acquire the warehouses, to acquire so many things and acquire properties. But their culture is very different because they live together. Like they really live together. Like they can be like 8 of them in a house, and there's 2 couples within that, and there's a grandma in it. But they understand. For them, it's a game of Monopoly essentially. Like for them, occupying as much as you can, building an empire, helping your people back home. That's what they do.
I don't know if it's problematic for me to say this, Jared.
Yeah.
I respect the ethos that you see that South Asians have. Like, yeah. Of like, even if I drive through like Norbury, for example, yeah, there's side roads between like Norbury and Thornton Heath. And I think this house was probably one house where they bought both houses and they've extended the house. So then, even then, so you've got the land space, and even I think especially on Norbury Hill, Norbury Hill's got like a house which probably was 2 houses put into one thing. I can tell you right now, on that house, all got nice cars, but forget that. The family live in the house, maybe 2 families live in the house, like the mum thing, and then you got the grandparents. So it's like everyone's looking after everyone in the house.
Yeah.
What I mean, I don't ever really see that within our community. I'm not saying that as a jealousy thing or we need to do better, but we need to because people can't. I think Loon said this on a No Behavior podcast. Of just saying like black people are idiots. Like if you look at their community, they've superseded us. They've surpassed us because they figured out what their niche is. They've worked on their niche, and yeah, people can be like, "Oh, I'm going to disrespect them." They're laughing all the way to the bank on longevity because they have accumulative wealth. Not even riches, they've got accumulative wealth.
We laugh at stuff like living with your parents. How are you this age and still living with your parents? How are you this age and you're not traveling? How are you to them it's like, nah, it's a long game. You can have the cars.
I'd rather be Thanos, bro. I'm trying to be Thanos here.
You see them Asian boys back in, like when I was going up like in college.
With the
They're still driving a Mercedes Benz, but that's their dad's car. They don't need to have. We was so, let's go get the 1 Series. Let's go. It was like, no.
But I didn't want to drive an Astra.
I'm just saying, our culture in general, like, our people in general was like, yeah, when I get my 1 Series, my A3,
I feel like you're saying it for me. Chill out, bro. Chill out.
But we're like,
What's he saying?
Well, you had an A3?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
First car. But
Uni?
No. After.
Okay.
I didn't have a car in uni. I waited till after I graduated because I was commuting. I had like a
I feel like you're
black
saying it for me.
A3 coupe, black Audi.
That's like a go-to car for us, though.
No, I know.
A3,
No. In my uni, everyone had Astras, and then the Astras became a 1 Series. The 1 Series became a 3 Series.
But the A3 is the luxury version of those type of cars.
I've never liked Mercs or BMs.
Okay.
I've always been an Audi fan. So A3 being my first car, and I paid for it in cash. I saved up, did my insurance work. Like I had an A3, black rims, black car, black Audi sounds. My car. I love the car.
Straight cash.
No, behave yourself.
Hit it! Could someone sort this guy out today? Like what? We know you're back and we love it, but
we're still entertained by like the low
Stupid shit,
stuff.
yeah.
So you see, whenever we're talking about dating, there's always some weird stuff like the guy must have a car, the girl must know how to cook, the girl must know how to clean. Or even the ones that are trying to sound
why
like,
the megaphone voice?
even the ones that are trying to sound
I know, right?
smart. I'm gonna speak. Even like you see the black girls online, like I wanna have a partner. I'm gonna speak to the king in him.
Who says that?
Gabriel, why do you look
Wait, shut up. Who says that?
No, I get annoyed.
I've heard some weird shit.
I get
So I'm
annoyed with
angry.
the corny stuff.
I want to speak to the king in him.
Like when I have a man, I'm gonna treat him like a king. And like, all the guys are like, "Oh, my queen, my."
But then, all right, so
It sounds nice, but
it sounds like. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask
Sounds
question.
good.
So let me ask question here, because as well on the verbiage about low vibrational conversations. Yeah, obviously we brought up earlier on before we were recording about going out and being with your partner and someone buying your partner a drink, or you not being out and your girl or the person you're seeing, a guy buys them a drink. Do you think that's problematic? Be honest. No one can see you, so it's fine. You can be as honest as you want to.
So I'm saying, well, I'm with my girl.
Or whether you're with her or not, and a guy buys your girl a drink, are you going to feel away about it?
Wait,
you better buy me one too.
You know what?
No,
you know what I'm going to say no. I've seen my mum use her femininity to her advantage when I was young. So I would see her go places and bargain.
Why your mum's looking like that? Crazy.
oh dear. Oh dear me.
but you sort would have been with your mum before, and they've been able to get a better bargain.
You mean that market haggle?
Yeah, like African
Oh,
women are very
no, always,
like,
always. My mum could get a bargain anyway, anyhow.
First of all, that structure is crazy. I want you to reiterate that whole sentence in your head.
Okay, when we'd go out and when we'd be shopping or whatever, my mum would be able to get a decent bargain. She would walk into a shop and be like, "This is the last cardigan, but it's got a fray in it. Can you?"
See what I'm saying?
No, then they'll be like,
when you said anyway, anyhow, what do you mean by that?
Oh no, just and you know what? I think I've adapted it from her because she would say something, and I do it every time. And I'm like, excuse me, it's the last one, but it's. I'd be so dumb. I'd be like, the texture feels like it's been on the shelf for God knows how long. Yeah, no, because it's the last one. No, we can give you like 10% off. 10% off, I don't mind, you know.
That's what women are very, very good at doing.
I love doing that.
Like we
men are simps.
As men, we find
Men
it.
are what?
Sometimes as men, we find it.
we just want to shop and just buy the thing and done. Go.
Men,
Do you know what? My boyfriend's been like, he was like, how do you do that? And I'm like, how do you not?
The question is, would you feel away?
I wouldn't know when I think about it.
Because you want to drink as well.
If it's in front of my face, I would feel disrespectful.
I just realised what you said. Well, because you want to drink as well. I thought we were still on the bargaining thing.
Gab's been looking at the guy like, where's mine?
He went,
what about me?
You want the drink as well?
You was like to me, what, have I been out and bought a girl a drink? Yeah. Like, if I'm by the bar, yeah,
I've done that.
and I'm like, well, and I think the girl looks nice, and I think the girl, like, I don't do the creepy thing where if I think the girl looks nice and she's good vibes, she come on, you're right, yeah, I'm cool. What are you drinking? Boom.
What you
I just buy the drink. I bought my drink. That too. Buy the drink and cut. I'm not gonna linger in it. Like, I'm not that person. If I buy a drink, I buy a drink.
I don't think there's anything.
My pet peeve. Don't come and you see me one bar. So you're buying drinks, yeah? You can't buy me a drink, babe. Fuck off, bro. We're not doing that.
That's different.
I'll buy you water. How about
Girls
that?
do that to
spit, bro.
the guys that work behind the bar. Oh, so can I not get a free shot? Why? Like, why?
It's my birthday.
But
I don't care.
Do you know what? Even if it is your birthday, if the barman wants to give you a free shot, he will be like, do you know what? It's your birthday. I'll give you a free shot. I'm not going to go and ask, it's my birthday. No, that's icky. Who said it's giving nitty vibes? Because it is.
Yeah, I think it's a bit.
I say all the time, I'm like, these people acting like one nitty, like you can't buy a drink. I don't know what these piss takers were going on. So I missed it as well.
Wait.
Rattled.
Speaking of drinking. Speaking of drinking, so weekend just went.
I don't think there's anything wrong.
I had my best friend's birthday. What?
I said I don't think there's anything wrong with it because nobody asked me. I thought we were still going, and then you just.
Yeah, continue, Mark.
Okay. Thanks.
It was my topic. I was.
Thanks for that. Love you, babes.
I'm not glad.
So yeah, it was my best friend's birthday.
Well, that's your forehead, man. Continue.
It's my best friend's birthday. We went to Lucky Cane in Islington, and basically they do this.
Lucky sounds like a zesty club. What's going on?
They do some fire cocktails. Fire cocktails.
A mixed drink.
Plenty of mixed drinks. So, I've never been. Fire. But literally, they've got like
Shut up, man.
What's-
He's talking.
what's the ones
Whatever.
where it's a massive.
Like a picture.
A picture.
It's not a picture, but
Gabriel's laughing as
The
well.
hands, because you went like that.
It was in some like
hey, relax your hands, bro.
stat-
Chill out. Chill out.
statue thing.
Chill out.
It was about that
Just
big.
a picture. Just
I was
a picture.
about to say that long.
Long. I was gonna say.
It was massive anyway.
In the words of popcorn, why?
I've never drank so much in my life.
Give me that long.
Too many drinks. Like literally cocktails, champagne,
Drink.
mixed drink,
Thank you.
rum, brandy, everything.
Open what?
Was it cheap? Was it cheap?
No, like it was like a package. So you pay £80, you get the food.
This episode is so fucking dumb.
It was a what, bro?
It's a package.
What?
You are dumb. Man can't say package no more.
There's a lot of things. I don't know.
Man said mixed drink,
Package.
cocktail, package, bomber class.
But literally, we had shots. We had
I
everything.
bet you did.
We did.
Pew pew.
All in my head, I could just, hey Mark, I'm saying one cocktail, Aquaman, beluga whale.
I got seriously wasted. I don't know how I walked home.
You walk on from.
I shouldn't have walked home.
How long does it walk? 10 minutes.
No, about 15, 20 minutes.
You must have been.
But I was swaying.
Was you proper legless then?
Yeah, I was gone.
Why didn't you get a cab?
I threw up in the bathroom.
Did you?
Yes!
Ooh.
In your
Question.
No,
bathroom.
in their bathroom.
That sounds like a good
I
night.
was washing my hands and I was like,
Whoop.
The toilet's there, bro.
Ugh.
hey, when you
That's
gotta
dread.
go, you gotta go.
You're
When-
actually a
when-
mess.
When was the last
At your
time you
big
did
age.
that? Where you drank that much where that happened?
Very long
A
time.
long time,
A
innit?
very long
Must be
time.
good then.
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, because I've never done it.
Vile, bro.
The Sunday was recovery day.
There's nothing. I don't get hangovers, so I'm alright.
That's the first time
Probably
I had a
when you're
hangover.
when you're doing it probably feels good.
Mark,
I've never
I
had
love
hangovers.
that for you, man.
Me,
Nah,
I
man.
think-
I love
You know
that
what?
for
It's
you,
one of them,
dog.
it's like-
I do.
When you're in the act, when you're doing it, it feels good, but you regret it afterwards, innit?
Oh yeah.
At the
I
end.
think it's a family thing because my brother don't get
Literally.
me. Me and my brother don't get hangovers.
That's
He's
the
like,
first time
yeah,
I-
this is great.
I went out on Saturday as well, and I drank knowing I had football, but I didn't drink. I know when I'm drinking, and I was like, on Monday I'm going to drink for Carnival. So I drank, but I didn't drink anything mad. And then on Sunday when I got up for football, because I think by the time I got in, it was like 3:30. I slept, 4 hours, got up, made sure I had the kids, whatever, checked the times, grabbed one of my boys on the way there, got to football, and I was just like...
I thought you said make sure I had the kids. I was gonna say you sound like
What's
a bad.
your go-to, like, because it depends on what you drink.
What, go to drink?
Yeah.
If I know I'm not trying to drink, I'll have something like a Disaronno apple juice. It's sweet.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like-
Disaronno and cranberry
if-
juice.
If I'm drinking and it's a party vibe,
Zombie.
Henny. Yeah.
Henny no hangover.
If I don't get hangover anyway, so that's a you problem. If I'm
No, I said Henny no hangover.
If
Henny's a good drink
if
to
I'm
not get
drinking to
hangover.
vibe and we're out, Ray. Ray don't touch me.
Are we out?
Hey,
Are we
why for
outside?
Ray,
Yeah,
outside?
I
Ray
think
don't
Ray
touch me.
is such
That's
a
not
good
why.
drink
Ray
to
don't
drink,
touch me.
especially like all day.
Excuse me, man. It's the highest percentage.
I think
You can get it.
no. Do you know what? I think it's
I
a.
started with that.
Well,
There's stronger rums in the world. Remember we were talking about it the other day.
Grenadian rum.
There was stronger rums in the world than Ray.
Grenadian white rum rivers is stronger than Ray Nephews.
Yeah, and I don't think Ray is that strong anymore.
You can buy
Sunset rum as well.
Sunset thing. You
Yeah.
can buy the red top one here. You can't buy the blue top one. The blue top one is the one that's stronger one. That's the overproof.
Because I was saying, what I've noticed is most drinks are capped at like 40, 38, 40. But Ray goes above that.
Ray's 70.
I'm sure it's 70.
Yeah.
But I drink Ray with like pineapple KA, and it's perfect.
I love Ray and Cherry B.
Appleton's alright.
Yeah, decent.
Alright, got you.
Ray
Alright.
and Cherry B is very,
Your belly
very
full.
nice.
Yeah, man.
The pom pom full.
What
I
else
ain't
on the
got
weekend?
pom-pom.
Ray and Cherry B, Ray and pineapple. Oh.
Alright, listen, jumping on.
Oh.
Changing subjects. Do you not know who Noah Lyles is?
Who?
Noah Lyles.
Clearly not then.
So,
Leave
have
it
you not
alone.
been watching the World Championships?
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, him. Yeah, the comedy, man.
Oh, the sprint, 100 meters and
Yes.
200s. Yes, I know who he
I'll
is.
be honest. I'm going to, yeah.
So-
I was going to say that.
Obviously,
Okay.
Noah Lyles has recently won. Is
Gabriel's facial
recently
expressions are
the
killing
world
me.
champion for the 100-meter sprinting, and he was asked a question about being a world champion, and he voiced his opinion about the NBA. About it shouldn't the NBA championship shouldn't be called. They shouldn't be called world champions. They should just be called the American champions because they don't play in the world. They just play in America.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Some people are like, oh, you thought you had one here. Like, what do you mean by that? Some people are just like, oh yeah, but the best talent, best basketball talent in America plays, best talent in the world plays in the NBA. Before I voice my opinion, I want to hear your opinion, but I want to start with Gabriel first.
I think he didn't get away with saying it because he's viewed as like a corny type of guy. So if it was someone that was more hood, like that seemed more, well, according to black people, probably more aligned with the culture by the way they sound, I think he would have been able to get away with that comment. But the comment just seems as if he's trying to be too smart. Like, and there's nothing to be too smart
Are you sure it's not just the American people believing that they're the world and everyone else is separate?
I wouldn't say no.
That's
But
what I
then
was
again,
gonna
no.
say.
In saying that though, right? So,
I mean, he didn't say nothing wrong.
he didn't say anything wrong, but logically speaking, if you are the NBA champions, logically speaking, there is no other league close.
The Euro League.
The EuroLeague is
Okay.
No, but the EuroLeague is getting closer.
The EuroLeague has very good talent.
But how do we know until we
But again,
until
but again, it is a league. There are other leagues that exist outside of the NBA.
But then, no, there are, but it's like everyone is
Whether they're top tier or not, if you talk about football, the Premier League, they're not.
Oh my God! Thank you. Finish your point. I'm gonna.
If you think about it, if you literally take basketball out and put it in football, the Premier League champions are not the champions of the world. Do you see what I mean? There is a World
I love
Cup.
it.
There's a European Championship.
No. Do it in the line. Do it in the right line. Do it in the right line. If you win the Premier League, you are the English champions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. If you finish top 4 or top 5,
You go
you go to the Champions League. If you win the Champions League,
You go
you are the
to-
champions of Europe. Then in that you'll be the Super Cup where
Cup,
you play
yep.
the Europa League winners. If you win that, you play the best team in South Asia,
Yep.
and after that, you play the team in Brazil.
South America, yeah.
Yeah, and then in that, when you've done all that, you are deemed the Club World Cup champions. You have actively done. You've done
Everything.
across regions. You're only playing teams in America.
Same thing. It's the same thing in baseball in
World
America.
Series.
Okay.
Who else plays baseball apart from
Okay, that's fine.
even in voting the America's Cup? At least you know it's the America's Cup because only all the Uno is a spin through the water.
It works that way. It works that way for the league. However, when has the FIFA's world's best player come from another country outside of Europe? It's never happened.
FIFA's world best player.
FIFA's world's
Yeah, but you can't go by that.
Messi.
No. I mean, in terms of from a league outside of Europe, when has it ever happened where it's come outside of a league outside Europe? It's never happened, bro.
Yeah,
It's
but
never happened.
the FA is corrupt anyway.
No, but what I'm saying, that is a similar thing though, because there you can argue.
Yeah, but
there's
for a player
MLS.
to get rewarded for something doesn't necessarily mean they're the best anyway.
No, exactly. No,
I remember
so that's
Neymar
similar.
being.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly
Neymar
right.
being the top
That's
5 in the
similar to
Ballon
what-
d'Or when he's still in Santos. That's crazy, by the way.
No, but he didn't win.
No, he didn't win.
It. No one's like, for as long as I'm aware of.
Yeah, but remember, it's going to be the best leagues, so therefore
They're not classing
Same with
everything.
the NBA.
There's one league,
No,
but
but
that
that's
doesn't make
one
you a
league.
world champion.
it doesn't make you a world
but that
champion.
doesn't
That's
make you a
one
world
league in
champion.
one
Make you
country.
FIFA's world's best player because you're the best in Europe. It can't make you that.
But they judge him on a.
You can't pick and choose. You have to argue that both ways. How can you be FIFA's world best player because you are the best player in the European League?
But
And
then-
you understand,
but then-
in order to win that, it comes from winning your domestic league a lot of the time and being very, very instrumental to your team.
But sometimes with that, it's because they've been in a World Cup as well. Sometimes.
So then, but then
Yeah,
Gabriel,
but
Gabriel,
sometimes, yeah.
the man saying this is in the World Championship. He is competing against people from around the world best from around the world because it's called the World Championship.
No, he's not.
To have the NBA, which is literally
One country.
95% American with a 5% possibly of European or other in the league sprinkled. In the Premier League, you could have a better argument for it being the Premier League. The Premier League, is predominantly foreign.
Yeah.
It's predominantly foreign, right? Yeah. That's why you've got more English players in the Championship than you have in the Premier League. Right, yeah? Even then, when you go to the Champions League, you are competing against Croatians, Brazilians, Nigerians, a plethora of people from around the world. And even then, we still don't call the Champions League the what thing. You still have to do this this transatlantic, trans-Pacific, trans-whatever, and that's not me because it's called transatlantic.
I'm just
trip,
realising what you're doing.
Because you're being silly, yeah? You're not being silly.
No.
Pardon me, trip around the globe
Yeah.
during the season while you're still in hyper-competitive games to do that. If the what's it called?
NBA,
No, American football.
NFL.
NFL, yeah. Them telling me, oh, the NFL is the most watched sporting event in the world. Are you high? Or club event? It's not more watched than the Champions League final. Stop it. Stop it. And this is what it goes down to. It's American elitism when it.
Stop it right now.
It's American elite that El Clasico in the heyday of Ronaldo or Messi, yeah. What do you call it? Don't come anywhere near it, right? Yeah. You're talking about the overall pull of Americans believing. Remember, it's God bless America and no place else. It's their overall understanding of believing that they have the elite sports. And someone said it. You could be an NBA player and walk down the street, right? Yeah, at the top of your field. People may not know who you are. Most top tier footballers, everybody knows who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got. Yeah.
The only difference with NBA is their contracts are different, but you can't. I'm not comparing to basketball's not even the biggest. It's not even one of the biggest sports. I don't think it's top 3. It might be free. It might be free. It might be free.
I think it'll be free.
Tennis bigger than now.
No.
I'd love to say Google it for me and find out. But listen,
What, in the world?
in the world, I'd
I
love to know what it is.
I reckon it's in the top 3. I reckon it's in the top 3.
Why Gabriel checking that? Gabriel, I mean, I almost called you a complete different name. Kate, can you go into your work goggles?
Yes.
I almost called you my brethren's name because it's similar. I know that's not your name.
So
They call you House.
Stacey. Yeah.
they call you her.
They call you Jane.
They call you Jane.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
That's
India,
not my name.
India, West Indies, Australia.
Mm.
Because ice hockey is bigger than basketball.
Why am I
You
not?
know what? It does make sense because basketball's a 5-man sport, really and truly.
Bro.
It's not.
Basketball's hard, but if you could tell me you can play
Tennis
two,
is big.
if you're telling me you can play 2 games in 48 hours, bro, mad. Absolutely not. You can't play 2. You know how drained people look. The Christmas period playing 2 games back to back.
It says basketball 7.
So what's the order?
So the order is football,
Yeah,
cricket,
yeah,
and then it goes to hockey,
okay.
Okay.
and then it goes to.
Is that normal hockey or ice hockey?
Ice.
Yeah, I was
It
wondering.
says in brackets ice hockey, so all of them together.
Okay.
Okay.
Tennis is 4th. Which it makes sense actually. By tennis, 'cause it's tennis.
US Open,
Shout out
Wimbledon.
Coco Golf for sticking on Empire. But
Oi, yes.
They call me
Volleyball.
her. They call me Jane.
I'm not surprised. Brazilians.
You know, every sport you just named
Table tennis.
is a literal international
South-
sport.
South Asians,
There you go.
Brazilians.
It is an international
Now, do you understand
sport.
the point I'm trying to say? All these sports are international. My brother played volleyball. Titan. Seen that guy slap the ball in people's faces, bro. I'll punch one up.
Yeah, no. So basketball has an estimated fan base of 825 million people. But it's actually, when you think about it, it's true actually because it's hard to understand basketball when you just watch it. You actually have to watch it and pay attention.
NFL's harder.
Yeah.
NFL's harder.
NFL's
No,
harder.
NFL's
yeah.
So remember, you have your defensive line and you have your attacking line.
No, but that's
Then you have to start understanding downs,
Yeah, first down,
Yards.
first down of the yard, yeah.
And the breaks.
first and goal. What does that mean? No, that's mad.
It's not the most popular.
NFL is a quick game, but because of the breaks, you elongate a 40-minute sport into 2 hours.
American sports are very stop-start.
Yes.
Think about it. Because basketball, when I used to watch basketball,
And a lot of them to do with their hands.
Mark, man.
What?
You thought you had one there, didn't you?
It's true. A lot. Basketball.
Okay, so
they
anyway,
touch each other softly.
Did you do it on purpose?
I was about to say.
Does he do it?
It's the grin when he said it as well. They touch each other softly.
Did you? Now I'm like, did you do that on purpose?
No,
Or
I
did
was
you really
going to say,
not?
because they can touch each other softly and be given a foul. And you're like, what happened there? But it's like, oh, you
Touching
can't touch
me
his t-shirt or
softly
something.
no,
with his
no, but
hands.
basketball now is not.
Touching
Basketball
me
now isn't like basketball in the
softly
'90s where like man
with
are throwing
his
elbows in your face.
Yeah,
Like that era of basketball is different. NFL now changed the rules as well, where you can't be
touching
too
my
heavily.
inner thigh.
Babes, chill out. Where you can't have like extra physical contact on players in training. There's got to be like there's a middle ground of just protection of players, especially with like head injuries and things like that. So I understand, but so the whole topic of it all, especially where O said it, all these sports before you even get to the NBA are all international sports.
It's in the game.
The only time you see international basketball is during the Olympics.
Yeah.
There's not a world championship for basketball at the like every 4 years, or you know what I mean. It's not the same.
It's not the same, yeah. But I can't lie there. Basketball is still...
It's cold. It's top tier. It's a cold sport. But I think we like basketball more so because of the names and the auras that players have.
And the culture.
Yeah, I think it's the basketball culture.
It's the star power. I think it's the star power because football doesn't have star power no more.
You like someone dunking on someone,
Nah,
yeah?
do you know what it is? I was going to say something. I was going to say something. I was going to... But Mark...
It's the eyes.
You know basketball when they dunk on someone, they're like, you're too small. Like,
Oh,
I was
this.
going to say that, yeah, like, you're too small. I was going to say that.
That look is the best. Oh god.
You got away with it, Gabe. No, I heard it. You got away with it.
Yeah,
You got away with it.
So about them them work goggles.
Google it. Yeah, so basically, yeah. Have you ever experienced or been in a situation where you've got work goggles? It's kind of like, you know, like when you're drinking and someone's more attractive than you would think, or just not when you've got your beer goggles on because you're drunk. At work, when you tend to spend more time with, or have spent more time with a colleague or someone, have you ever experienced where you feel like you've probably got work goggles on, where you feel like they are so attractive, they're this, they're that, just simply because you spend so much time in the office with them?
And then they tell you they're into scat play, and you're like,
But it could be a thing of you would never look at them on the outside, you know. You would never look at them in any other setting. But
It's
because
like
it's at work.
It's basically like the Love Island Big Brother.
Yeah.
When you spend a lot of
Literally.
time with someone.
I'm sorry.
That's literally it. And we was having a discussion at work, and there was a few people that admitted, this was after a few drinks, that they had work goggles for other people. And I was going to ask this last week and the week before, and then I thought, okay, let me ask it this week. But have you ever, Gabriel, in any setting, work or whatever, had some sort of experience along those lines?
So, I was talking to my boy Richie about this. We worked in the same place.
I like how you just drop Richie in this.
Always.
Try and
I
blame
don't even
Richie
know
for
Richie, but
your
I know Richie
downfalls.
now.
Because we always used to say this thing like, men are more, women think men are all about looks, but I actually think the majority of men are personality, like they prefer personality over looks.
You take looks at the beginning, but the personality will keep you.
Yeah, because we always talk about how when we was working at M&S, there was a woman at work there called Farrah, and she was just so nice and so feminine in every type of way. Like, and would just help you out all the time, and little things like that. And you'll be going home thinking, I actually love this girl, you know. Like,
But would you look at her on the outside of work?
Because I respect her too much, no. But in saying that, that kind of made me realise.
Because you got to know her, all of the traits about her were like.
Exactly, and it kind of made me realise this is way more important than looks. Like that kind of behaviour, that kind of attitude, that kind of femininity is way more important.
Like Ra, she knows the words to talking the hardest.
Oh my
God. But I know, but like that.
Listen,
she knows
listen. That's a high point.
That opened my eyes to like, okay, cool.
She tells me I'm covered in red, like a portion of chips.
Just because of the way she is, the way she's there, rather than the way she looks. So I'll say,
that is a work goggles thing.
What?
You're bougie as hell, shit, man.
It's not bougie. It's just I can separate the two.
Like, people I work with.
I can have a likeness for someone, but I would never even go there. Never. I can say someone's attractive.
It doesn't necessarily mean you'll go there though, but sometimes it could mean just on a level where you've probably thought about it or been like, oh my god, this person. Or am I just saying that because do you know what I mean?
Work's never been my life. So
This is true.
He's about the streets, yeah. Go on that block, serving the fiends.
But work don't necessarily have to be your life.
Work's never been my life,
You
you
could
know.
speak, like, let's say you
I'm about
work
the road.
in retail when you do, or somewhere not a 9 to 5, where you do long ass hours, and you're
Guys
seeing
was
these
doing
people
a different type of 9 to 5.
long hours,
9
and
to
it's
9.
like 6 days a week, and you only really see your normal life like 1 day a week. It's literally like what's your name? Mark was saying the
What's
Big
my
Brother
name,
and Love
man?
Island effect. Honey, I'm sorry.
So what's your name for Mark?
No, because I was gonna say a whole heap of names. Sorry, Mark.
That
Drinks.
drink really take you, innit?
Drinks.
But no, I've never really had that too much. But I've fancied someone at work, yeah. But that got changed real quick.
I don't go out.
But then is that work goggles? Because would you fancy on the outside?
I don't know.
Do you go
Maybe it
out
is
work
work
drinks and
goggles.
stuff like that? Because I don't do that.
I've been out on work
Never,
drinks.
ever get me out to go drink with them.
I think
I look at people differently after work drinks.
I think I do, but I don't do the all night. Like I'll go. We have a social, and our social's in the
I used to say
office.
you're capping.
Yeah, no, but I do go out. But you don't see me like.
Her Snapchat be telling something.
No, but you don't see me on the weekends out with work people. I go from the office and I'll do work drinks. You think? Why are you pointing like I spend?
Listen, I will go out for work drink. You know why? Because people like to buy OPA, which I love to drink, which is other people's alcohol. Yes, they do. They like to put, hey, you want a drink? Yes, please.
Answer your question. Yeah? Answer the question.
No, work drinks
Have you
is
finished?
fun,
No.
but I always go like after, like when we're in the office, mainly on a Thursday. We'll have our work drinks on the Thursday. If we've got like a Christmas party, then yeah, that's different.
Christmas party is different, but
No, but actual
you
work drinks.
say maybe on a Thursday, like what, every Thursdays?
No, sometimes I've got shit
Every
to
other
do.
Thursday.
No, but we have an actual office social. I don't know why you keep looking
Office
at
social.
This. I don't know why this fucker keeps looking over like as if to say, yes, I can see
Well,
you
this
tilting
sounds
your
quite
head.
frequently, you know.
No, because our office, not
Every
recently
once in
because
a
we've got a
while.
refurb going on, but our office, shut up, has a work social every Thursday, whereas
Every
our
Thursday.
office, yeah, but our office downstairs, like, we'll have like drinks and snacks and whatever. Sometimes it's themed, sometimes it's not. And there'll be Thursdays where I go and there'll be Thursdays where I go home. I don't know why you lot sit and think that I need to be going every day. Then it'll get boring because I'm there every week.
I love the prefix of not every Thursday, but you know sometimes.
But every Thursdays we have socials.
No, our socials happen every Thursday, but I don't go every Thursday. Sometimes I'm not even in.
So, Gabriel, to answer the original question, yeah. Yes, I've liked someone at work for spending time with them because when you're with someone, their vibe, you naturally mesh with their vibe. So, you like, think like, oh, like, that's interesting, but you just naturally like being around their vibe. Boom. Going out for work drinks, sometimes I'm there, but sometimes I'm there for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Because I don't like. I think for me, it's never a thing of I have my work persona and I have my normal persona, so I don't like mixing the two, right? And I feel like unless you've been with your colleagues for like years on years on years, you have to still make sure that the familiarity is, especially when we talked about last week. Don't take the piss. We're at work.
Yeah.
We're here to be paid. We're here to get along. The culture of work and ECT and the rest. But listen, I'm really man them outside. Chill the fuck out. Like it's one of them ones.
See, that's why, because I'm thinking, there's been 2 places I've worked. One place I've worked where I've done work drinks, and 2 places. First time was when I was in Cambridge.
When they dash up, what was they doing?
Oh, no. See, that was the same workplace.
I know.
But
I can't believe you didn't smack him. Why you mad? My dash man's walk balls in the bin. Oh my prick,
Listen,
bro.
that was the best story, honestly.
No, the gypsy story is the best one, bro.
Actually, no, yeah, that was.
I went drinks, work drinks to these lot.
Yes.
What up?
And there was a white girl called Tina.
She vegan.
Why is this funny
No,
already?
no, she wasn't
You're
vegan.
an idiot. You're such an idiot.
Definitely out of the
You're such
question
an
then.
idiot. You're such an idiot. God.
But they have not kept on running this joke when they got drunk. Big Dick Gable. He was the only black person.
BDG, yeah?
Big Dick Gable.
BDG, yeah?
That is
So
brazen.
once that happened, I said, I'm never going out with these lot. Like,
Man
not
gave
even
him
to
the-
sound racist.
Man
but
gave him
I
the
said,
Lukaku
I'm
chant.
Yeah, I said,
Man gave him the Lukaku chant.
no, do you know what it is? Because I know you've experienced this before. there are a lot of.
So what's gonna happen?
There are a lot of. This could get sensitive if it comes across crazy, but there are a lot of white men out there that fetish.
Men or women?
Men.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Or black women.
do it, but men go too far with it. Like black guys and their genitals.
I've had it from football.
Yeah, like you get it in football. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, the worst one.
They talk about their joints.
No,
they talk about black
the first
joints.
one, the worst one,
and about the fact that black men all have.
The worst one, when my boy's younger brother was playing for a semi-pro team, we went to watch the game, and we was like, "Fam, what's taking this boy so long in it?" And my boy's going, "I bet he's in the shower. I bet he's just taking long in the shower." And someone's made a comment about his bits.
They always talk about.
Then he's come out, and he was like, "Andrew, what took you so long?" Oh, man, I've got a big piece in it. I was like, "Fam, for fuck's sake, man." I was like, "Bro, you can look at a man's willy, his mind your business, you know? Mind your business. Just shower and leave."
You don't have to talk about it.
I've got a fascination for joints. That's the thing.
This joints word. Do
Joints.
really?
You know why it makes me laugh? Because when I've heard the word joints, I'm like, yeah, that Don's on joints. Like, he's on a madness. So when he's
Gab's
saying
changing
it,
that.
that's a joints, plural. More than one.
They've got a mad
I just think of my
fascination
elbow.
for it. I don't know what it is, but they've just got a mad fascination for it. I don't know why.
Joints.
Black guys in there, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but what I realise is like all the young white
Black
guys
joints.
when I was working with them and like
BJ's.
those are the sort of jokes they were making. Big thick cable, big thick this.
That's mad, you know.
Did you walk out with your chest out?
Huh?
Did you walk with your chest out?
It was uncomfortable, but I've never experienced that kind of weirdness.
Did you ever tell them that? Yeah.
Gabriel left in his head going, "Hey
I
girl,
will never talk about
how
my
you
Okay.
doing? My name
I
is
can't-
Charlie."
My joint.
I can't talk about my joint with another man. It's not, I don't think
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I can't do
When I talk about my joint.
Call me wherever you want, innit?
Before we wrap, we got a couple topics we need to run
Where you
through.
want me to be?
Katie, let me ask it for you. Oh, if you had superpower, what would you have? I'm not gonna be an arse. I'm gonna be quiet, so we're not doing that.
Honestly,
Megamind.
See, if there was a white boy in this room, you know, he would have said big joint. He would have gone
Gabs,
straight
let it go. Let it go.
Wait,
straight into
what?
that joint.
Let it go.
I'm bleeping that. Fucking hell.
thank you.
Let it go.
That's.
I'm fucking bleeping
Oh my
that.
That's
It's
not a
time
super.
to go.
That is not a
That's why I've
superpower.
got anything to do with
No, they would have
superpower.
said something like that. Something like that. Especially because it's off the back of that.
Honestly,
yo.
off the back, Gabriel, man. You can't
Go
give
heavy,
full
go
balls to
with
yourself.
Go heavy, go with Go heavy, go. Go. What's your power, bro?
I'd fly.
You wouldn't want perfect eyesight.
No, I'm checking.
Oh, see, that's very
Fuck's sake.
Sorry, what?
No, it is wicked. You know why? Because I'm looking at
If you're
me
Jamaican,
thinking
the
he's
word
going
you
to
would
say
use
like
is
an
dreads.
actual superpower.
If you're Jamaican, the word you would use is that's very dreads.
That would be though.
No, have
He went, you want perfect. Huh?
very wicked.
great eyesight, see-through stuff, everything.
Kind of waste
Don't
of a
take off them big
superpower
Howard
is
from
that?
Halifax
No,
by
man.
football glasses.
Be able to fly.
Peter
I'd
Pan.
love to be able to fly.
You don't want to take off them Howard glasses. Halifax, even the Halifax man didn't want.
Okay, what about you? What would your superpower
You
be?
see, we don't care. We don't care.
What do you mean with you shocking the jacket?
Like, when you count as like,
Wait, short 1 second. Go on.
was the Halifax guy count as a
How?
Who gives you extra?
as a moon?
I might have to bleep that up or what? No,
No.
he was acting.
You sure?
Yes,
Sweet Jesus.
that's a block. That's a bleep as well. Fuck man.
Bleep that, Gabs, man. Bleep that.
I'm just saying, 'cause, you know, I've got, they like,
Gabriel, stop. Just stop.
Just stop.
While you're
Stop,
here.
man.
Just stop.
Gabriel, did you finish that can?
Bro, you're shocking and jiving now, bro.
Yeah.
Advert I see, yeah, and it's like a black guy in a suit in a work setting, and he's just dancing.
Oh, the extra advert.
Is that
when
the-
he's in the lift.
When he's in the
And
lift,
then
yeah.
he comes out
Oh,
the
no,
lift and he's dancing.
I know what you're talking about.
Hey,
Anyway.
They love it.
Silly.
Crazy.
Telekinesis.
What's that?
To read people's mind or to lose stuff.
To lose stuff with your mind. But the actual power of telekinesis, I've just had a fascination with, I don't know why, it that power develops into.
No, it's only if your gene grade it develops into something.
The Phoenix.
I won't even think about.
Well, she becomes a Phoenix.
No, as in like she's on Omega level, but
No, not just a phoenix, but it can expand until like being. It can.
No, you got the B-Tech version.
There's not. There's no rules. Shut up.
You got the B-Tech version.
Shut up.
You got the B-Tech version.
She got the
Telekinesis.
Catch Me Outside version.
You got the wish list.
The GMVQ version.
Yeah, the Catch Me Outside version. That's crazy, bro.
Okay. Goggles. Relax.
That's
I'm not
better.
talking about work goggles
That's
as
bitter,
well.
That's bitter. That's crazy.
All right.
That's bitter. Shoot.
All right.
I made a joke. That was personal. There's a difference.
It doesn't
Telekinesis. It don't hurt.
Gabriel, what about you?
Honestly, it'll be to cure people.
I thought you said to kill
Well, like the
people.
Midas
Sorry.
touch.
Yeah, like to cure people of all the bad diseases.
Just put your hand on their head, like a bad
Yeah.
pastor.
Imagine, yeah, the only way you can heal people is you touch them with your joint.
That's crazy.
You touch their joint with your joint. You touch their joint with your joint.
No, whoa, 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 whoa.
Feel the power.
Whoa.
No, remember that?
No, she said no. She said no. I remember
not-
what she
The
said.
only way to heal men is to touch their joint with your joint.
No, my joint is that actually.
Did you ever watch
Feel the
Misfits?
power.
There was a guy who had the power, like to kind of. I think it was to remove your power to get illness, but he would have to have sex with the person. He took their power that way.
This guy's
Wait,
thinking
is
about
that
it.
No, I was going to
Oh,
say
the
that's the Dave
Misfits.
Chappelle superhero, but that's a
It was
different one
Misfits.
altogether.
What superhero is that? I've seen that. I've heard of that.
Misfits too much, you know. Like,
Yes.
Channel 4, innit?
Yes, Misfits.
Yeah.
What about
In my
you,
head, I
man?
was like, what's on?
Teleport.
I would the same. Go on holiday for free, bruv.
I love.
what
I like the idea of the film Jumper.
You
Yeah.
know there's-
Yeah.
They just didn't do it right.
You know
No.
you can do that. Like there's something called sun gazing. And it used to work. They used it in the World War where they would have someone stand on like not the beach or like the sea or like port, and they would want to get to see what's going on. So in America they'll do it to see what's going on the other end in Cuba, where the missiles were, and people could actually do it.
No, bro, I want to do this and be in the
Yeah.
Maldives. I want to do this and be in Peru. I want to do this and be in.
That's the only idea I'd have.
No, not my what do you call it, body, my whole body.
But astral projection is part of. Do you know that? Telekinesis is part of that power.
That's the A-level
Okay, I'll
version.
be
Because
honest.
it's to do with the mind.
Katie, I can't be honest. Do you know why you can't have telekinesis?
Shut up. Just don't talk.
You have no
Just
brain.
don't say
You have no
anything.
brain.
No, fam.
That's
She saw you
cold.
take the gun out. It's fine.
Huh?
She saw you take the gun out. That's why she tried to stop you.
Just shut up. Just shush. I took the shell, took the bullets. It's alright. It's cool.
Took more than one bullet,
See, in
bro.
the arm. I told you.
It's alright.
I told you it was
John
coming.
Wick could kill you with a pencil.
I told you it was coming.
But anyway, yeah, no, that's all part of
I told
telekinesis.
you it was coming.
He wanted it.
There's a shot. There's a
Astral
shot. I told you it was
projection.
About the arm.
She
Right.
took a shot today already.
No, did you mention about the arm?
I just did. She took a shot today already. She could take another one.
Yeah, it was coming.
You set it up.
Told you. I told you.
That could be your superpower.
Mine would be the
You can see into the
ability. If I couldn't, because Mark picked teleportation. Mine would be the ability to fly. Fly or run really, really quickly.
Oh, Flash.
Invincible's dad made me want to fly. I can't remember what his name is. Thank you.
I think
It's
I'd
incredible,
incredible.
wasn't
Flying.
Invincible.
Oh, Invincible. Oh, jeez.
You know, guy,
He made you want to fly.
He made me want to fly.
You got some anger issues.
Okay, before I'm not sure which one to do first. I think we got two more topics before we got to go. Hot peppers.
Murderer.
Oh,
Tune.
Thank you. Okay. All right. This. I don't know about everyone growing up, coming up, but it feels like this is maybe something that a lot of people kind of went through or were close to experiencing or hearing stories of experiencing something like this. So, in this scenario, let's say you're out at a bar. You're out with a friend, whatever, you're walking through the bar. You accidentally, it's a busy bar, you accidentally step on somebody's foot. You look to the person, you look down, they look at you, you look at them, you apologize. You know what, sorry about that, my bad, and you keep it moving. Suddenly you feel a hand on your shoulder that stops you.
Yo, blood.
Now, it's the person whose shoe you recently stepped on, and they look at you and they say, nah, you need to wipe that off.
Bitch. That might come at the end of it.
What do you do?
Can I just quickly interject on it? Well, let's answer first. So this basically happened to my friend at the weekend. So we all went out, and it was her birthday. And at the end of the party, obviously she's quite drunk, she was in heels. And I don't think she stepped on the guy's foot. No, I don't think she stepped on it though. I think she kind of scuffed past it. It wasn't like the heel, it was the front of her foot. Do you know what trainers they were? What do you think they were?
Jordans.
No, they were white Air Forces. But, however, he basically said whatever. He was being really nasty about it. And we didn't hear the first bit. We heard when he started to whine out. But then I think what she had said, she was like, oh, I'm sorry, like that. And then he started mouthing off going, if this was anything else, if you was man, I would have fucking da-da-da-da-da. And then she was like, I said I'm sorry. And she went, they're dirty anyway.
She said they're dirty anyway.
Her apology was off though, because she was like...
I don't know how she said sorry because I wasn't there, but she said, I said sorry, but I know she was quite drunk, so she probably was like, oh, sorry.
She may have thought she said sorry.
I don't know. But then afterwards she told him that, apparently she told him that his Air Forces were dirty anyway. And then he just started whiling out.
Fucking pumper, bro.
But then we basically said, in that scenario, that should not have been the case. You say sorry, you keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, as much as we can stand up for ourselves, we're women. If that man wants to thump me down, he can knock me for 6 and I'm
7.
Can knock you out them hills.
Basically.
But
if
that's my bike, punk.
No, so we was basically leaving and it was fine, but it could have if had she have like been one of those girls that don't know how to close their mouth, it, in my opinion, I think it would have escalated. However, it was my friend's event and my friend was just like kind of like, all right, cool, like everyone, you got to go, like leave sort of thing. And then
shut your bitch ass.
It was basically kind of done. But if that happened to me and then someone asked me I should clean it.
No, they're not asking you.
I'll be like,
that's the thing.
I'll be like, I'll be like, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. Do you know what? I'm sure there's been occasions where I've been like in a club with someone's that stepped on my, actually if I'm on trainers or whatever, I'm out.
Stepped on my shoes.
And they go, oh,
accusations.
Sorry. People are like, oh, sorry.
False.
You know, things like that. Sometimes people just go, oh shit, I didn't mean it. Like, cool. But if that had happened to me and I said, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and someone said clean it.
I would on Monday. I had a similar situation.
I'm not gonna.
What about if they say, can you just help me get some tissue to clean it? Or,
that's different. I would do that. If I was somewhere,
because I can't bend over what I'm wearing.
Do you know what? If I was somewhere and for some reason,
oh no, you had a bad. I didn't even read it like that.
What kind of porn are you watching?
That's nasty.
No,
if
they can't bend over like that.
Yeah, no, I would help the person get them tissue. If I stepped on someone's shoe and I realised it was dirty, I probably would be like, "Oh, sorry, let me help you clean it." What would you be wearing?
Alright, so let me tell you a funny story. Yeah, shit. On Monday, if you don't know, like Ladbroke Grove, when you're walking up here, there's like a fire station and there's a bridge at the top in it. I think it's like Kendall Rise. So it got chock-a-block by the time we got to near the fire station, and myself and Kieran are trying to cut through. You know when it separates and people go, I've accidentally kicked the Magnum bottle, wasn't it? And it's gone into some youth's foot, gone into some guy's foot. Bolo wham, light skin brother.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, sir.
I apologize. Yeah, the thing is, remember, Carnival, I'm on good vibes, bro. Like, it would have been anyone. Like, I saw some youth do balloon. I said, but I don't die, you know. He laughed. Like, his brother was giving me a dirty look, but I was like, don't like, but he's a YG. So I kicked the balloon. I was like, apologies, brother, accidental. But his shoulders are up. Obviously, he's only wham, so his shoulders are up. His shoulders are up. Like, he wants to get big A for acting. Right?
Debo.
How are you angry at Carnival? I don't get it, yeah? Then he realised I said sorry, yeah? And he was like, oh, cool. Kieran was like, it's going to sound mad, yeah? But I know that guy's face. And I was like, what do you mean? I swear he's the guy that's the stripper from Chocolate City. I said, Kieran, what are you talking about, bruv? Yeah?
Wait a minute. How would Kieran even know that he's the guy?
Right.
He's the guy that went viral for dropping the woman. He was like, you're joking. He's like, bro, I don't forget faces or something like that. So then he remembered the thing. He found it. He's like, that's the guy. He's like, yeah, that's the guy. He's like, ha, you're going to be for stripper. And I was dying.
Oh my
God. I think Kieran was dumbass, bro.
I love Kieran.
Kieran is so
shout out to Kieran, man.
Yeah, big shout out to Kieran, man.
Come back.
Kieran, fuck you, bro.
Why would you have to remember that? very specific thing.
That's what we're friends. We remember the dumbest things. For him to remember the fact that a stripper dropped someone and he was a chocolate city stripper.
And he said, you need to beef the stripper.
The American movie is like, you can beef a stripper. I said, I won't beef with no one, bruv.
Why do you remember that? But in that scenario, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't, because again,
you're ordering me to do. No.
Again, yeah.
I don't like that.
Again, you're not asking. One, you're not asking me. Two, you're trying to show some sort of power for some reason.
I would be like, mate, all due respect, I'm not doing that. Here you go, tissue.
If it was a younger me, if it was a younger me, I'd step on that shit again.
Whoa.
Do you know what? If it was younger than me, if it was younger than me, I probably would have.
We wouldn't fight.
Mouthed off like a fool.
If you did that, I would have punched you up, bro.
Whereas now I can see.
Sorry about that. It was a total accident. Cool.
I don't think Katie said it.
What do you?
We show Katie after because that video's hilarious.
What video?
What we're talking about. The video's hilarious.
I didn't even know what he was talking about in here.
No.
This whole subject's about a video that I sent to Gabriel. Gabriel was crying.
Oh, the shoe. Yeah. Oh,
no.
No. If it's to do with carnival, if it's to do with carnival, then no.
She had the power.
She got all the power. She would have do it.
Shut the motherfucker up. No, if it's to do with carnival, no, I didn't.
Cerebral still went up. Mama give her.
She give herself a migraine, boy. Thinking about it.
Don't stop bleeding. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Shut up.
We're gonna wrap, guys. This is 160 of the TSP podcast. You can find the TSP in all your.
Wait, when that girl Carrie, the horror film
with the blood,
yeah,
still more impactful than Katie. You can find the TSP on all your favorite TSPs. My personal favorite YouTube. You can find mine, Mark, O, and Katie's information and Gabriel's information in the description below. You can find the TikTok link, the website link, Mark's photography link, and O's book link in the description below. I've been Reese. To my right's been
drinks.
Oh.
To my left's been
Mr. O.
The girl with the shit superpowers has been.
I don't care.
And behind the camera's been love and blessings, peace and blessings.
Mr. Joints.
Yeah. Love and guidance, peace and blessings.
Care.
And as I say, walk and live.
Talk and
go.
Gabriel, you can't look at us the next time we say it. You need to join in.
I'm gonna catch on.
You can't.